Part 2.
And then when he finishes, the boss gets up, brushes his teeth. There's a little sink there. He brushes his teeth and he spits, and the spit goes all around the sink, right? Well, right behind him, there's a guy sleeping on the top bunk of the bed, and he punches the bed and he goes, "Hey, get up. Clean this shit up," he says. The guy says, "You got it, boss." He jumps out of bed, cleans up all the spit. Well, I'm standing in the doorway this whole time. So I go, "Excuse me, did you want to see me?" He goes, "Sit down." So I go and sit down, and I'm like practically shaking. I'm so nervous. And he goes, "You the CIA guy?" And I said, "I am." "You write a book?" I said, "I did." "Your book do good?" I said, "Actually, I did very well. I made number 5 on the New York Times bestsellers list." And he goes, "You're going to write my book." And I said, "Oh, is that what this is? Well, what do you have in mind?" He goes, "I'm going to tell you stories, and you're going to write my book." I said, "Okay, well, let's think about this for a minute. You know," I said, "most of the books of this genre are written by rats." And I said, "They spend the first half of the book talking about all the cool things they did, and the second half of the book, they try to justify why they turned rat." And I said, "You're definitely not a rat. And you probably shouldn't talk about the cool things you've done." And he looks at me and he nods and he goes, "Hadn't thought of that. Never mind." But from that day, I was invited to every Italian dinner. They had a crooked guard on payroll. He would bring us pork loin and wine for the marsala sauce and fresh